Today we're going to be having a different kind of story. Normally we have stories with books, but today I'm going to be using some props. This story is about a little boy and a mummy that live in a white house. So today this boy was feeling bored. It was a rainy day like it is today. He had nothing to do and he was very bored, so he asked his mummy, "Mummy, I'm bored. Can you give me something to do?" And his mummy usually had very good ideas, and she said to him that she had a special job for him to do. She needed him to go and find a house that was round and red and had no windows and no doors and had a star inside. Have you ever seen a house like that?
No.
I haven't. The boy thought, this is a bit of a weird job, but his mummy's ideas were normally pretty good, so he thought, I'll give it a go. So he said bye to his mummy. He went off for a walk and he walked along the road, couldn't find a round red house, and he found a farmer looking after his sheep. And he said to the farmer, "Excuse me, have you ever seen a red house that's round with no windows and no doors and a star inside?" And the farmer said, "Definitely not around here. Why don't you ask the little girl who's fishing down at the stream?" So he said bye to the farmer and he walked off past the sheep all the way to the river. He didn't go too close because that's not safe. And he asked the little girl, had she seen a round house that's red with no windows and no doors with a star inside? And she said, "Sorry, no, I haven't." But she said, "My grandma's really clever and she's down at the flower bushes picking flowers for our house." So the little boy said bye to the little girl. He walked safely around the stream all the way and he found the grandma. He asked the little girl's grandma, "Excuse me, have you ever seen a red round house with no windows, no doors, and a star inside?" She thought and then she said to him, "Why don't you ask the wind?" The little boy thought again, what a silly thing to say. How can I ask the wind can't talk? And he was so fed up, he decided to go, whoops, she's having a sleep. And he sat in front of the trees and he was having a think. And he thought, listening to the wind, nothing's giving me any ideas. And the trees started blowing and blowing and wobbling like they do in the wind.
Apple.
And an apple fell, doop, and bumped him on the head. Oh,
Is
he
that
thought,
a real apple?
it is a real apple. And he thought, well, I give up. I'm going to take this apple home and my mummy might make me an apple pie. So he carried the giant apple all the way home. And he said to his mum, "Do you know what? I tried and I asked 3 people and I tried all day and I'm tired and hungry and I didn't find a round red house with no windows, no doors and a star inside." And his mummy said, "Just hang on a minute. Before I make the apple pie, let me show you a special trick." And she took a knife and very carefully she turned the apple on its side and she cut it in half.
This juice.
It is juicy.
Is a real one.
It is.
The juice got into this.
And have a look.
This star.
Can you see a star?
Yeah.
So the little red apple, is it round?
Yeah.
Is it red?
Yeah.
Does it have any windows?
No.
Any doors?
No.
Does it have a star inside?
Yeah.
So what is the little house?
An apple.
An apple. It might be a house for a little worm or a bug or something like that. And that is the end of